we go. All right, so we are going to really focus today on scapula, our scapula. So we have done a little bit of work on opening up the front and the back side of the body. And today's practice is more of that, more opening and more connecting with our scapula. So I just want to talk for a moment about where the scapula is. So the scapula is your shoulder blade area, and you'll know because, oh my gosh, what happens quite often is we will get tightness and sore kind of in between the shoulder blade area. So I want you to understand when I say scapula, I mean your shoulder blade area. So that's this area right in here. So the first thing we'll do is we will go ahead and take the block on its longest setting, but shortest setting as well. So long and short. So it's vertical on your mat. You're going to lay down so that your bra line-ish is right on that block. And then as you lay back, you can take the other block and just tuck it under your head if you want a little bit more support. We're just going to lay here for a few breaths, inhaling, and then letting it out your mouth. Good. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Good. Okay. So here we are. The block is going lengthwise down our spine, right through the middle of our shoulder blades, our scapula area. So we're going to really mobilize that area today. A lot of times when we have sore neck or sore lower back, it's because this area where our scapula is just like stuck. So it's a great way to open it up. A few more inhales here. If you're starting to feel loose and you're like pretty comfortable, you can take your hands behind your head. So I just took the block out from behind my head. You can take your hands behind your head and let yourself sink over that block even a little bit more. And then even like another level is to kind of just scrub side to side on that block. Again, you're feeling the frontal hip points pulling in together. So you're not kind of letting everything buck all the way up to the sky, feeling it opening in between the shoulder blades. Oh my gosh, this is almost like a massage. Yeah, it is nice. All right, one more breath here. Inhale, and as you exhale, let it out, and you can just roll off of that block. So you're going to take the block and place it underneath your sacrum. So underneath the sacrum, you can have it either on the medium or the lowest setting. I'm going to go on the medium setting underneath my sacrum. Take your fingers on your frontal hip points to draw those frontal hip points together to feel a tightening in the lower abdominals. Good. And now I just want you to go ahead and take your hands and reach them to the sky. So palms are facing each other, and then the fingertips are reaching to the sky. And now I want you to push the fingertips all the way up to the sky. So we do something called scapular protraction, and then settle it back down. Push away, settle back down. Push away, settle back down. So you'll see this a little bit today as well. Push away, settle back down. Couple more. Push away, settle back down. Push away, settle back down. Push away, settle back down. And one more time. Push away and settle back down. Good. Now, the left hand is going to just kind of like you're holding a tray, and you'll pull the fingers back with the right hand. Good. Breathing deeply. All right, if you're feeling like, oh, your brain knows what it's doing, you can lift and lower your heels while you're doing this. That adds a whole nother dynamic. Yes, still feeling supported with that block underneath the sacrum. Lift and lower. Good, switch hands, keep lifting and lowering the heels. Feeling lengthening happening in the spine, opening happening in the hand arm on the right side. And your frontal hip points and your ribs are drawing in. So they're not bucking up and doming. Good. All right, last one. Lifting and lowering. Beautiful work. Okay, so now you're going to just take the block out from under you. And just set it off to the side. Good. So then when you set your sacrum area on the ground, you can kind of feel like this new space there. You can take your hands behind your head, interlace your fingers, cup your skull. Bring your elbows in really close together. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, come on up off of the shoulder blades. Good. Okay, so from here, all I want you to do is reach your left hand to the sky. Just reach it to the sky and then place it back behind your head. Inhale and lower down. Exhale, come on up off of the shoulder blades. Elbows in, elbows in, elbows in. Push into the sacrum and lengthen the right arm so the fingertips reach high to the sky. You can feel your abdominals pushing downwards. Good. Put the hand behind the head. Inhale and lower down. Adding on a little bit. Exhale. Come on up off of the shoulder blades. So push down into the sacrum, lift up through the shoulder blades, lengthen the left arm so the hand reaches to the sky. But now you're going to protract that left scapula. So that means you move the scapula away from the other one. So it actually pulls the back of the shoulder blade off the ground even more. I know, it's intense. Good. Come back to the center. Put the hand behind the head. Inhale and lower down. Exhale, coming up off of the shoulder blades. Good. Right arm reaches and then protract that scapula. So think about the right scapula actually moving away, or the right shoulder blade moving away from the center of the body. Good. Come back to the center, hand behind the head. Inhale, lower down. Adding on again. Exhale, come on up off of the shoulder blades. So you should be starting to feel pretty warm in the belly. Take the left hand, reach it up, and protract that scapula. Now I want you to take that left elbow right beside your left rib and push it down into the ground, and then lift up even higher off of the right shoulder blade. Lift, 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 lift. Push into the sacrum. Good. Hand comes behind the head. Inhale and lower down. Exhale. Come on up off of the shoulder blades. Good. Here comes the right hand. The arm reaches up. We protract that scapula. And then keeping the shoulder blades up really high, you're going to take the right elbow alongside the right rib and push that elbow into the ground beside the right rib. Push, 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 push. And as you do that, you lift up higher off of the shoulder blades and push into the sacrum even more. All right, that's enough of that. Hand comes behind. Inhale and lower down. Ooh, that should feel pretty hot in that belly. Yes, it does, doesn't it? All right, so now you're going to take the block on its highest setting over beside the left hip, but like a little ways beside it. And then you're going to take the right knee and let it come across your body and rest on that block. Good. Now you can peel open the right arm so that you're twisting. This is like a nice little twist. So I'm right by my fireplace, and it's not on. It should be on, but it's not on, and it is cold. I can feel that cold air coming in. Hopefully you're a little warmer than I am at this moment. Yes, I will warm up though. I'm feeling warmer than I was. All right, come up and over to the other side. So you put your block on its highest setting. Let the left knee cross across the body. So this is like a twist in the lower body, and then you peel the left arm open for a twist in the upper body, or an opening in that chest. I love this next little piece that we're going to move into. So you can go ahead, come out of that, place your block by your side, come onto your hands and your knees. Now once you get onto your hands and your knees, we're going to do these. They're called serratus puffs. So your serratus is, you can think of it as like your armpit muscle. That's the muscle. So like when you hang off of a bar, a monkey bar or something, you use that muscle. So I want you to think about serratus puffs. So what we're going to do is push the hands into the ground and then drag the hands back without moving the hands. And you're going to feel, you can even take your left hand to your right kind of side body there, kind of not in your armpit, but be in between your rib and your armpit. And you can feel the lighting up of that. So we're just going to try that a couple times. So just relax. Whew. Push into the ground. Keep your triple S. So the back of your head, your scapula, and your sacrum are all in line. Pull the belly in and now drag the hands back without moving them. I know. Isn't that cool? Good. We'll do one more of those. Whew. Triple S. Push the hands into the ground and drag back. And you might even feel your knees kind of pulling too. It's a whole core work or movement. Excellent. Now all I want you to do is start to kind of almost do little puffs where we lower the chest and then lift up. So it is not a cat-cow. A cat-cow is using your entire spine. Your spine stays neutral here, but all you're doing is moving your shoulder blades so that you kind of protract. So push the mat away from you and then soften down. Push away, soften down. So do you kind of see what I'm doing? Yeah. And the other thing you can check and see if you're doing this yourself. I don't see you doing it, but is if your head is bobbing. So head doesn't bob. It stays neutral. There you go. Yeah. And then we just move that way. And that's going to really get that shoulder blade area warmed up. Very nice. Excellent. Okay, leave that alone. Come down onto your forearms. Interlace your fingers. Now scoop out the front part of your body and come into your dolphin pose. Now once you get into your dolphin pose, I just want you to get your bum up a little bit higher. Let your head hang a little bit more. And then start to see if you could think about shrugging your shoulders here. So what would that look like? And I know from experience, lots and lots of experience, that what will happen is you'll move your head, you'll move everything, but I want you only to move your shoulder blades. So your shoulder blades basically go up and then they go down. They elevate. Yes. Yes. That is good. Very nice. So we'll stay here for about 4 more. This is a hot move. So they elevate and they depress. Elevate and depress. So they go up your ribs and then down your ribs. One more. Up your ribs and then down your ribs. And then sit back and take a little bit of a breather. So I know that this is kind of a bit difficult to get if this is your first time doing it, but many of you have done this before, so not to worry. Just listen to my little coaching. I will take you all the way through it. Okay, so you do want your blocks nearby. You can have them up at the top of your mat. We're going to do 1 round of sun cell, and then we'll get into our first sequence, and then we'll kind of beef up the sequence, and that'll be the class for you today. It's about half an hour. Inhale, reach your arms forward and up, and as you exhale, tip from the hips, bend the knees. Good. Go ahead. Take the right foot back, drop the knee and the top of the foot. Inhale, reach the hands high to the sky. Really pull the hands high. Let the shoulder blades come up. Good. Hands come down, push back to plank, or you could be on all fours. Lower the knees, lower the rest of the body. Keep those head of the arm bones up. And then come into baby cobra. And I want you to think about the serratus again. So drag the hands back so you feel a tightening under the armpit area. Good. Come back to downward facing dog. Walk the feet in a little bit. Good. The right foot comes behind the hands. Drop the back knee down. Flatten the top of that back foot. Inhale, reach your hands high. So take a peek here. Lift. So you really want to think about lifting high. We're not trying to keep our shoulders away from our ears or anything funky like that. Just get everything as high as you can. Good. Hands come down. The back foot slides forward. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, tip from the hips. We're going to do some shoulder rolls here. So take the left foot back, drop the knee, keep the toes curled under, and we're just going to roll these shoulders. Now, if you leave class today and you don't remember anything I've said, the entire class, I want you to remember these. These shoulder rolls, neck savers, back savers, tension savers. They move all sorts of gunk out of the way. Remember this. Good. Hands come down. Push back into plank or all fours, and then lower down slowly. Good. Finding your baby cobra. Drag the hands back to light up that serratus muscle. It's an important one. Come back to downward facing dog. Walk the feet in a little bit. Hoist those hips. Take the left foot behind the hands. Drop the back knee down. Keep the toes curled under. Shoulder rolls. So these shoulder rolls really just lubricate that whole scapular area. We also call this area the shoulder girdle. Yeah, it's got like the joints and the muscles, all of it. Good. 2 more. Don't fall over. Excellent. Hands come down. Back foot comes to the front. Okay, let's do a sequence here. Inhale, reach your hands high. As you exhale, tip from the hips. You're going to take the right foot back and then take the blocks on their highest setting and just keep the back leg straight, and you're going to put your fingertips close to those blocks. If this feels like it's too much, feel free to drop that back knee. I'm going to keep the back knee up though. Now from here, all I want you to do is move your fingers off of the block without bending the arms. So check it out. I'm not bending. I'm just squeezing the shoulder blades. Squeeze. Okay, you try it. Squeeze. Squeeze. So you're squeezing. Squeeze. Squeeze. I know. Squeeze. It gets hot fast. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful job. All right, now I want you to bend your arms and lift them up so they're like this. Yeah, and squeeze the shoulder blades together and then drop the back knee down and come to goal post, low lunge. Okay, so the next thing we're going to work on is scapular depression, which means the scapula or the shoulder blades goes down. So I'm going to turn around so that you can see this. So we're not just moving the elbows down. Watch my scapula. We draw down and then up. Down and then up. Okay, you try it. Down and then up. Good. Yeah, and can you feel the muscles, the serratus, working again there? That's how important this muscle is. It helps with all of this movement. Good. 2 more. Last one. Whew. Good. All right. Take the blocks out of the way. Put the hands on the ground. Stay in 3-legged quadruped. So the left leg's going to come up back behind you. And make sure you're not opened up. Both of your frontal hip points are facing the ground. Good. Put that knee down. Lengthen the right leg. Watch your frontal hip points. Put that knee down. Switch. Good. 2 more. Whew. Good. Last one. All right. Come into plank position. Nice long plank. And you're going to lower all the way to the floor. And then take your hands right onto your glutes. So like almost like you're cupping your butt cheeks. And then just lift up into your locust pose. So when you're doing this, your head, your face faces your mat. I know. Pull the belly in and up. Good. Release. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Come back up and find your downward facing dog. Good. Walk the feet in just a little bit. Good. Now take the feet about hip height. Walk the hands back to your toes and let the head hang. Good. Now you can interlace your hands behind your head and let your hands pull your head down towards your mat, but not in towards your body. Yeah, so it's just like lengthening a little traction here. Good. And then roll on up. You're going to walk to the front of your mat doing what? Ew, those shoulder rolls. Just shoulder roll. Good. Let's do the other side. Inhale, reach your arms forward and up. And then as you exhale, tip from the hips. Good. The left foot steps back this time. Take the blocks to make tall right beside your foot, or ish, like leg-ish, right here. Yeah, good. And then fingertips go there. You can drop the back knee down if you need less. And then you just squeeze the shoulder blades. Release. Squeeze and release. Woo! Squeeze and release. Yes, that looks good, you guys. Keep that head in line so the back of the head stays in line with the scapula. 2 more. Now on this last one, you're pulling up, bending the arms, squeezing, and then dropping that back knee down to come into goalpost lunge. Now here's scapular depression. So you let the scapula go down. So the shoulder blades go towards the waist. We pull down. Good. So the movement does not come from the elbows. It comes from your proximal muscles. That's your core. Yeah. 4 more. Keep pulling down. 2. Ooh. And then last one. Good. Hands are going to come down onto the ground. Keep that back knee down, and you're just going to slide the right leg up and back. Good. Now lift it up. Put the right knee down. Slide the left leg up and back. Good. And switch. Good. Watch your head. Good. All right, now come into plank position. Good. And then we lower all the way to the floor. So I'm bringing my knees in a little bit more just to give you a little bit of an idea of an easier option if you wanted to come all the way down. You can grab your butt cheeks and then lift up. Pull the belly in. Good. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Lift up into downward facing dog. Bring your feet in just a little bit more, but then take your feet hip width. Good. Walk your hands all the way back to your feet or close enough to your feet, and then just let your head hang. Take both hands, interlace the fingers behind your head, and let the head pull down. Yes, so beautiful. So beautiful. Okay. Now, come on up to standing, and we're going to walk to the front of our mat with our shoulders like so. Okay. So we're going to add a little bit, do that whole sequence again, but add a little bit to it. So take a big inhale, reach your arms forward and up, and as you exhale, tip from the hips. The right foot steps back, take the blocks, and here we go. But this time, we're going to lift and then bend, okay? So you lift, squeeze the shoulders, and then bend the elbows. Lift, squeeze the shoulder blades, and then. So you're doing retraction of the scapula, so the shoulder blades come in together, and you're bending the elbows. Good. Last one. Pull the belly in as you drop that back knee down. Come into your goalpost. Here's our depression. So pull the shoulder blades down. There's only 4 of them. Good. 2 more. Pull the belly in. And 4. Good. Now, take the blocks out of the way. And we're going to come into one-legged plank. So this is pretty hairy. If you need to drop that knee, please do. Take the left leg back behind you. Put it down. Lift the right up. Put it down. There you go. Left and right. It's hard, hey? Left. But you've got it. And right. One more time. Left and right. Good. And then lower all the way down to the ground. And we're just going to take a break here. Take the forehead, rest it on the hands. Inhale and exhale, and I want you to feel the heat in that shoulder blade area. Good. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes. Lift the bum high. Walk the feet in a little bit. And now we're going to do shoulder shrugs. The shoulder blade comes close to your ears. And then depression. Good. Now go ahead. Lift the left leg to hip height and step it behind the hands. Now we're going to turn a quarter turn to the right to that long edge and just do some side lunges here. Giving those shoulder blades a little bit of a rest. If you need a block or 2 blocks, you go ahead. So if I could tell you the importance of the divine shoulder blades, oh my goodness. When we are connected with this area of our body, you guys, we move so much better. Good. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Turn back to the front of your mat for a twisted crescent lunge. Now, this is going to be kind of interesting. You're pushing into the right hand, twisting the left hand up. Now, I want you to push down into the right hand and then pull the right hand towards the back of your mat to feel that lightening up of that serratus anterior again. Whew, very nice. Good. And then all you do is just pull that right leg in behind you, take a quarter turn to the left, and then we're just going to lift that right arm up and over to give that side body a little stretch. I love that move. You might have to re-watch again to get it. Don't worry, we'll do it again on the other side. All right, turn back to the front of your mat. Step the back foot forward. Inhale, rise to stand. Second side, exhale, tip from the hips. The left foot steps back this time. You're going to go ahead and grab those blocks. Okay, pull up. Squeeze the shoulder blades and bend the arms. Good. Squeeze the shoulder blades and bend. And if you're like, no, Diana, I got this without the blocks, you don't need to use them, right? As long as you're not collapsing. It's hard work. 4 more. Squeeze. 3. Good work. Keep pushing into that front foot. 2. And now this time you're going to hold up. Good. Drop that back knee down. Whew. Come on into goal post and we'll depress the scapula. Depress. There's only 4. 2 more. Good. Last one. The hands are going to come down. Lengthen that right leg back into one-legged plank. Lift up and put it down. Left and right. Good. That looks awesome. You could be doing this from your knees. Absolutely. We've got 2 more. Good. And then you're going to lower all the way to the floor and take a rest with your forehead resting on your hands. Just take a breath here. Good. Okay, hands come underneath the shoulders. Lift up into downward facing dog. Walk the feet in just a little bit. And then we're going to do a few shoulder shrugs here. Whew. So starting to feel lots of opening in the shoulder blade area. Good. Keep the left foot down. Stop shrugging. Lift the right leg up to hip height. Step it behind the hands. Take a quarter turn to the left for your side lunges. So I like to use blocks for my side lunges. Yeah. You could do crazy stuff like we do in our other classes, our Sunday classes, if you want, where you zip up and down, but I'm just going easy peasy light today. Good. 2 more. Feels like such a good stretch. All right, then you're going to turn back to the front of your mat. Put the left hand down. The right arm lifts up. Here's our twisted crescent lunge. So now what are we going to do with that left hand? Look at it. Push it into the ground and then drag it back. And do you feel the lighting up of that serratus anterior? It is the side. It should feel like it right on the side of your rib. Like, oh, wow, that muscle is being used. Yes, beautiful. Holding. Very nice. And then here's that tricky move. You just slide the left knee in, take a quarter turn to the right. Now, if you're like, oh, God, no, Diana, take the left leg and lengthen it out, and the right leg's on top, and then you just lean over. So you see, there's just something for everybody. Freaking love these classes. I don't need to say frick so much, but I do. Good. All right. You're going to turn back to the front. Step the back foot forward. And then I want you to come onto your back just when you get there. Yes. We're going to take a moment. Just take a breath. Take a moment. So in this moment, you might be thinking, oh, I got to do that whole thing again. Yes, my friend, you could. But for now, we are just going to breathe. Feel that newfound opening in the shoulder blade area. So you can stay there for as long as you like and just enjoy that new space. I just want you to know that the love, the light, and the kindness in me recognizes the love, the light,